I hear a lot of people say love doesn't exist. And on the other hand, a lot say it does really exist. And they believe so much in it. This truly is a controversial topic that often ignites a lot of argument. But then, do you really want to know if this love of a thing do really exist? Stay with me to the end of this show and I will tell you that one true answer. Let's go.
Hey viewers, welcome to my show. My name is Elegant and this is Romance with Elegant, bringing you that romantic moment and a spark of happiness in your relationship life.
Alright guys, let's dive into today's topic. Here are a few possible reasons that makes one believe love doesn't really exist. So the number one is heartbreak, and this is the most popular one. Every now and then when you fall in love with somebody, you give your heart completely to the person and you would never ever believe that they would break your heart. And then they break your heart. And you keep falling for another person and they keep breaking your heart. You keep falling and they keep breaking. You keep falling and they keep breaking. And you keep falling and falling for the bad ones. And that's what makes you believe love doesn't really exist. I'm sure. So number 2 point is rape. Yeah, you will agree with me that victims of rape always continue in the act of sex and never ever abstain from it after being raped. Some victims also completely abstain from sex and it literally scares them away whenever you talk about sex. And trust me guys, because of the psychological effect this has caused in them mentally, it's really hard for them to feel or fall in love with someone. Number 3 point is child sex. You would believe with me that children who are exposed to sex at their early age tend to fall away from the natural feeling of falling in love with someone. They feel something. They don't care what that is. All they want is sex, and that's all. And trust me, this may be one of the reasons one may feel love doesn't really exist. The number 4 points we're talking about today is drug abuse and alcohol. You may be wondering, why drug abuse and alcohol? But trust me guys, victims of drug abuse and alcohol tend to not have the natural feeling for love. Trust me, the only thing they fall for is their alcohol and drug. And then whenever they feel something, let's say they have a little spark of emotion, they don't care to know what that really is. They all fall into sex. They just want to knock. They just want to hit. They just want to get a girl on bed and just have like 2, 3, 4 rounds as their body carries them. And then that's all. The only thing they fall for, trust me, is their drug and alcohol. And if you're in love with a drug addict, trust me, you're in deep shape because your emotions will continuously be messed up with. The 5th one, which is the last point that we are going to be talking about on today's show, is broken homes. And this leads to single parenting. People who come from broken homes or are raised by single parents really always find it difficult to fall in love. These folks have already seen the problems, the maltreatment, the nightmare, and the abuse their parents went through. And if you walk up to them and say, I love you, I want to be in a relationship with you, this to them seems like a nightmare. I mean, it literally scares them. It makes them completely afraid to even make that step to falling in love. Some of them will ask you, what are you talking about? Does love really exist? Who cares about love? This doesn't exist. Because to them, whenever you give your heart to somebody, somebody will treat you wrongly. To them, love is abuse. To them, love is vulnerability, and to them, they would never ever want to be in that moment or in that time when they are going to be molested or abused by their partners. Trust me guys, people in this category find it very hard to fall in love. And I don't blame them. Trust me, I don't blame them. Alright viewers, trust me, you will agree with me that any of these points I have mentioned might be one of the reasons that you do not fall in love anymore, or do not even believe in love. And surprisingly, guys, some of us who fall within the categories I have mentioned have once fallen in love and had a taste of love. And then the question is, where did that love go? In life, when you lose a valuable property of yours, what do? You find it. Love, they say, is a beautiful thing. If you've lost love, then you've lost a very valuable part of you. Find it. Yes, love does really exist. Open your heart and love will come knocking. And if you're wondering how, stick around with us on this show every time and we will lead you through the process. This is a romance show and we can't possibly talk romance without first acknowledging love. Never give up on love. If you fall and you fall for the wrong person, walk away from that relationship, open your heart, and the right person will show up. That's simple. Don't dwell in your past memories. Love yourself, concentrate on other things, build your career, and stay focused. But then, don't be too deaf to hear the subtle knock of love when it comes calling.